All right, welcome back to the Farm Kenya show. Now it's time for us to learn how to keep pigs. And we have Kimani Mark from Kim's Pig Farm. Thank you very much, Kimani,
Thank you,
for taking time to speak to us. I mean, how did you get into pig farming? Is it something that you were exposed to earlier on? Did you have a dream one night and you dreamt you were a pig farmer? How do you land on pig farming?
So it was, growing up, we used to do pig farming. Back at my place, my mom used to do pig farming, and my family was involved in pig farming. So as I was looking for employment, I ventured into pig farming business.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it something that, apart from growing up, because when your mom is doing business, you are in business too. So you learn the ropes of handling the pigs and whatnot. Is that what you studied?
Yeah, the whole experience, I got it from raising them, from my mom's, coping her.
Okay.
And so the whole experience, I got it, coping and doing it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. That's quite interesting. So which year was this?
That was when I was still young in primary school, but I ventured into pig farming as a business around in 2016. So I have 10 years in pig farming, doing it as a business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people want to venture into agribusiness, you know?
Yeah.
And you look at Kimani,
Yeah.
you're like, I want to make that kind of money I can make.
Yeah.
But preparation before you get into any form of business, and we can use you as a case in point. How, as much as there was that advantage of your mom was already, you knew what you're doing, how do you think somebody can prepare themselves if at all they want to get into pig farming? What are those essentials prior to buying any pigs and building any structure?
What people can understand is everybody can do agriculture, but doing agribusiness is the point. Making profit out of pig farming is the big deal. So you need to get the proper breed of a pig. That is down to the genetics of the pig. You start by, doing agriculture. Everybody can pick a pig and feed it, and it will grow up. It will grow. Even if it will take 1 year, it will still grow up. But you have to minimize that time. That time is brought up by feeds, genetic, and the pig management system.
Okay.
Now that is the agri-business.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, was mom doing agribusiness or she was growing pigs?
No, she was just doing agriculture. At an African home, you have to have goats, pigs for it to be a home. So she was just doing an agriculture to keep herself busy. But I'll spot some mistakes that she's doing. And where I'm doing it as an agribusiness, I avoid those mistakes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So, genetics. So, for starters, when you're getting into pig farming, what I'm hearing you say is that you really have to be informed about the business you're getting into.
Yeah.
So, for pig farming, the type of pig, so to speak, in the Kenyan market, and based on your experience 10 years ago, what kind of pig did you go for, and what informed that particular choice?
So we have two types of farmers, and we have several breeds of pigs that we have.
Okay.
So the two types of farmer that we have a farmer who is a breeder and a farmer who is a porker. So a porker is a person who raises pig to slaughter them for pork purposes. And a breeder is a person who raises pig so that those pigs can sire other pigs that can be used for porker. So the end result of raising a pig is getting pork. But you can raise them to have genetics which are good for breeding. They are good for giving birth. They are good for raising pigs well. And pigs that are born and are good in making pork. You understand?
Okay.
So we have two types of farmers.
Okay.
But going down, we have several pig types, breeds that we do in Kenya. We have the large white, the landrace, and the duroc. As a farmer, you can crossbreed those breeds to get desirable outcome of the pigs. So in these three breeds, for the duroc, for the large white and the landrace, like for the large white, they are good and excellent for giving birth and raising their pigs well. When you come for a breed like Duroc, it's known and it's excellent in pork. So you have to choose your path wisely when you are doing the pig farming.
Definitely. So it depends with which type of pig farmer you are.
You are, yeah.
And you, from the get-go, you decided, I'm going to be a porker.
Yes, for me, I'm focused in porker because I run some few butcheries. I'm doing value addition for my pigs. So I'm focused in porkers. Pigs that are doing well in the pork market.
Okay.
Pigs that are, when they are born today, I can give myself a certain period of time. They can be mature. And when they are mature, they have attained the exact or the maximum weight to get them to slaughter, and they give me enough meat or enough pork.
So your preferred breed is?
I go for the Duroc, but I also crossbreed with other breeds, so that also I can balance the equation of, I still want them to give birth to many pigs. So that when you have one pig giving you like 18 piglets, you will be taking 18 pigs to the market. So you have to understand that it will give you big number, so that the same big number, you take it to the slaughter with enough weight. Yeah,
Definitely. So for porkers, since that is your specialization, I'm wondering, from your experience earlier on, what are some of the big mistakes that porkers make when they're starting business, how they structure themselves, other than choosing the wrong breed?
the first mistake, people don't have the knowledge of the market. People know how to raise pigs, but they don't know the way to go to the market. You find most of the pig farmers, they give the powers to the brokers or to the companies that are buying from them. But it should be the vice versa. The farmer should have the power to sell his pigs or the pork. So you have to know the price that you are intending to sell and who you are intending to sell. The other big challenge is feeds. Of course, that most of the companies has compromised the feed quality. So you can't hit the market in the shortest time possible. So you end up spending a lot of money in between raising your pig.
Yeah, why do you say most companies have compromised feed quality?
Because I think they are in business and formulating quality feed. It needs, it will be expensive. And most of the farmers want to go for the expensive feeds. So we tend to have an average. Most of the companies are average. So you end up going to the market with 8 months or 7 months. But ideally, as a pig farmer, latest you should be going to the market is around 5.5 months. When you are late, 6 months. That is it when you are doing business.
Okay.
So you have 6 months, but you see when you are using most of the company's feed, you find you are going to the market with 7 months, 8 months. So the feeds are compromised. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, quite interesting. So this one, when you realize this gap, what do you do? And you want to get to market as soon as possible?
So you have to do things in an abnormal way. You need to source yourself the raw materials, and you have your good formulas. Good formula for formulating your feeds, so that you can know what your pig needs at what age and the quantity of feed. So you don't need to underfeed your pig, and you don't need to overfeed your pig to be in business. You need to know a 2 months pig should feed on what and what kgs. That is when you are in business. You should understand a 4 months pig. You know, a 2 months pig and a 4 months pig and a 6 months pig, they need different nutrient for them to grow. So as a farmer, when you understand those dynamics, you are now getting the scores. Yeah.
Of course, the cost of feed has always been a concern.
Yes.
But again, for porkers like you who want to formulate your own feed, those particular inputs, the specific components, are the prices also pretty expensive?
Yeah, they are expensive, but as a smart farmer, you should know the seasons. So there are seasons where maize is cheap. So you need to get maize in bulk and store them for yourself. So that when the maize prices are hiking, you have solved the problem. So that's what we have been doing, and that's what has been keeping us consistent. Yeah.
Okay, so get feeds, the components when they are affordable.
Yeah,
and
every raw
store.
material. Yeah, you get it at the season where it's available and cheap, and store it for yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, for starters, you make sure that you're feeding your pigs right.
Right.
And do majority of farmers take or get their products to market at that 6 months, or are we seeing 8 months? And what is the business implication of taking a product to market at 6 months later vis-a-vis 8 months?
So in pig farming, the only thing that you consume in a pig, it's only pork. Anything else, you don't consume. So unlike the poultry farmer, who is, the more the chicken stays in her farm or his farm, it's advantageous to her because she will be receiving eggs. For the dairy farmer, when the cow is in his farm or her farm, for a longer time, she will be milking. But you see, in pig farming, there's no any value addition, or you are not getting anything from the pig when it stays longer in your home or in your farm. So we try to shorten the time so that we can go to the market in the shortest time. When going to the market in the shortest time, you will get those profit. Then you will also be able to manage your structure as well. You see, you can raising a pig. Let's say that pig is you are paying rent. You have leased a farm. You raise for 8 months, and another person raises it for 6 months. If you are paying this lease at 1 month, you see you have an advantage of 2 months when you are going to the market at 6 months. So it's an advantage when you have shortened the time. Yeah,
definitely. Time is of importance.
Yeah.
There is now the issue of starting, because people's starting capacity do vary.
Yeah.
So you've gotten your breed right.
Yes.
You've chosen your lane.
Yeah.
As a pig farmer, either you're a porker or you're a breeder. What would you advise, especially for porkers? Somebody says, I don't have much money. How do you start?
So starting, being the fundamental principles of starting a pig farm is start small, then grow. So starting small is the best thing, because there's so many mistakes that you'll make in pig farming, and most of them you have to learn. You have to learn them when you're having pigs at your farm. So I'll urge people, if you are starting pig farming, you can construct a big farm, but start small. Buy small pigs, like you can even start with 2 pigs, but pigs multiply very fast. A pig can give birth two times in a year, giving you at least 14 piglets. So you can have 28 piglets. And in 2 years' time, you can even have a herd of 100 pigs. So you start small as you grow, as you are now trying to correct your mistake as you go forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
The biggest mistakes when you are starting off, I know there's the issue of feed, where you're growing products that are, or pigs that are not growing as fast as they should.
Yes.
From your experience, that's starting small and giving yourself an opportunity to grow. What are some of the common mistakes a lot of young porkers make?
People miss the vaccination stages. People think that this is an animal. It should not be like taken much care of. The perspective of people with pigs, it's a dirty animal. It should live in a dirty place, but it should be vice versa. A pig should stay in a clean place so that you avoid those mistakes of pigs getting sick. Then we have some strategies of viruses. Pigs are attacked by some viruses like the African swine fever. So those are things that I didn't consider while starting. So I started and I had to be kicked and start again. So I had the knock of the African swine fever at first, and I had to restart again. So while starting, you have to also put in mind the biosecurity measures, and they should be very strict to avoid those mistakes. And also, we have other viruses that affect the pigs. So most of the farmers assume them because you can even stay for 5 years without being hit. But the moment you are hit, it's a big loss.
Okay.
So those are some of the mistakes that I think I evaded or I missed them out. And you see, like the African swine fever, when you are hit by the African swine fever, you have to start from zero. And you have to give yourself like 2 months to start again. You see, so if it's a business that you fully depend on, you have to start for 2 months. And starting again, you will be starting at zero. So as a pig farmer, when you're starting, kindly put on the strict biosecurity measures to avoid such tragedies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely. You say that, some people just say these are animals.
Yeah.
But also pigs have mental health,
Yeah.
They should stay in a good place.
Good place, yeah.
Taken care of. Let's talk about market, even as we near the end of this conversation. You've spoken about one of the big mistakes that farmers make when they're coming into not thinking about the market at the end of the day. How should they think about the market? How should they process that information?
So the first thing that should guide you, it's the cost of production. Know how much you are using to produce one pig. So roughly we say that you can use around 11,000 to 12,000. So while selling your pig, it should not be below 12,000, the first stage. So any buyer coming with less than 12,000, you are at a loss. Then pay yourself. You have to look, I need to pay myself for what I've been doing. So by that, you will have a rough idea of what you are supposed to sell your pigs. Then most of the people have the capacity. Maybe you are financially well. You feel like I can raise even 1,000 pigs. But in 6 months, you don't know where the market is. So you end up being frustrated. So the biggest frustration that Kenyan pig farmers has is the market. Then I think solving the issue of the market, you can try doing value addition. There's so many ways of doing value addition. You can venture in making sausages, bacon, or selling your pork to your consumers directly. And also create a slaughter chart. Know when you are supposed to go to the market. Don't wake up one day you want to sell your pigs. Just know that by 12th June, I need to sell my pigs. They has attained 6 months. And by attaining 6 months, they should have this weight. So have a target as a farmer. Having a target will always give you the way to maneuver to the market. That's the biggest mistake that people make, that market. You just want your pig to grow up and be fat. Then it's big and it has attained the weight, but you don't know who you are supposed to sell. So while starting a pig farm, you can select a certain company, negotiate with them. If you are comfortable, it's okay. You can look for other market like the local slaughterhouses or people who own pork joints. You can communicate with them in advance. It will reduce the frustrations of the market. Yeah.
Okay. Because really it can frustrate you when you have product and nobody is taking. And you talked about brokers.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Brokers, yeah.
Even within the pork value chain, brokers are big players?
Yeah, they have played a big, significant, a positive one and a negative one. But I think what they do, taking a big cut than the farmer. You have raised your pig for, let's say, for 6 months, and somebody is taking it for 1 day, and then you are making, maybe for a kg, it's going for 350. Then this person takes your pig for 1 day, and he just makes 100 shillings for 1 day without even buying feeds or anything. He makes 100 shillings out of that 1 kg. And you have raised your pig for 6 months and you are making 350 shillings. You see, it's a disadvantage to the farmer. Yeah, but in a good way, they also help in selling our products.
Definitely.
Yeah.
In closing, briefly, as Kimani Mark,
yes,
would you encourage young people to venture into pig farming?
Yeah, pig farming is profitable. You just need to get the right breed of pigs. Try to do enough research of what is needed in between the buying pig and the time you are buying your pig and the time you are selling. And just be a strict farmer. Everything else will flow well. Get the right feeds, get the right market, get the right genetic of pig, and then be a dedicated farmer and a passionate farmer. Sometimes it's not all about the money you get out of it. It's the passion that you have for farming.
Definitely.
Sure.
Thank you very much, Kimani, for sharing your story.
Thank you.
Mark Kimani from Kim's Pig Farm. He says that, first of all, do your research before getting into it. Then pick a lane, whether you want to be a breeder or you want to be a porker, and that will determine the nature of the breeds of pigs that you will be operating with. Thereafter, be dedicated. Put biosafety standards. Start small if you haven't done it before, so that you get to learn through experience as you grow. And most importantly, value add. There is more probability of making more money in that regard, even as you seek markets. And you can credit yourself by linking to the end consumer through butcheries and whatnot. So quite an enlightening conversation right there. And that's been Farm Kenya today. Thank you very much for being part of this conversation. I'm Noakip Kamboi. Bye-bye.
Kuwa mkono ambao unalima ardhi, mlango wa kulima, kuwa mshindi, kuwa na uhakika sasa, kukulea mustakabali wa baadaye. Tufanye kazi pamoja na tukue pamoja.